Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ella, and being unhappy was a choice of mine for a long time. I let it consume me. Waking up and dreading the day seemed to be a routine for over a year. I finally realized I needed to change that. Learning from our past can help us realize our current feelings. By doing so, we can focus on the present and we can take control of our feelings and make needed changes and we can impact our future in a positive way. Just the other day, I saw a quote by English writer Charles Dickens. He said in his book, A Christmas Carol, that was published in 1843, reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. We all needed to manifest the idea that no one is perfect and we all mess up. At the end of the day, we all have made so many mistakes, but it's how you learn from those mistakes that count. If you're struggling with how life is going lately, take a step back and really try to narrow down what the cause of your unhappiness is and act on it. It doesn't matter how small or big the issue is, you have control of your life, so take it back. 3 simple steps you can keep in mind when you're feeling unhappy is to take a second, step back, and reflect on recognize how you're feeling right now, and finally act on those emotions. I'm sure we all are quite familiar with my fable, A Christmas Carol, but if you aren't, allow me to summarize. A Christmas Carol is an old fable that has been told for years and years. Ebenezer looked like an ordinary man, but had ice for a heart. Scrooge was an awful man who would be visited by 3 ghosts. The first ghost was a ghost of Christmas past, who forced him to see how he became the icy man he is today. The second ghost was the ghost of Christmas present. He came to show him how his actions now are going to return into regret later on. Finally, the third ghost was the ghost of Christmas future, who would show Scrooge the sad death he faced due to his actions. Scrooge needed to change his life in a big way, and so did I. Like Scrooge, I was miserable and needed a change, so here's how I felt. Like Scrooge, I wasn't always so bitter, but in the position I worked in, it turned me into somebody I didn't recognize or want to be. I was frustrated and consumed by anger daily. I think we all have experienced or can sympathize with some place that brings us down and makes us mean. I started to realize my anger growing, and I started to look for a change. I was no longer okay with the person I had become. My unpleasantness from my job started to affect others around me. People grew distant. Nevertheless, I was in a toxic environment. Like the one I was at, people don't become who they really are. It's just the job itself. Just like in A Christmas Carol, I was too becoming a Scrooge, and I had no care about others because I was consumed by anger. I consumed my anger towards one thing. Shortly after standing back and observing the person I was becoming, I searched for a change. I had found the solution, a job that was less stressful, with less responsibility, and just what I needed. My new job was fewer hours, which gave me time to focus on school. The location was perfect, and the best thing of all, I turned back into me. If you don't take any other advice from my speech, remember that it's never okay to lose who you truly are because of a bad place of those around you. Prioritize your happiness before others. If we all can take a moment to remember who we were, we can turn back into that person again to create a better future for ourselves and people around us. Being unhappy is a choice sometimes, so always try to seek happiness. Just the other day, I found myself back at my old job, and one of my old coworkers saw me and said, "Wow, you look so much better since you left." That made me smile because I am truly happy now. I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to me.